I was offered to spend 122 cover, and I kept in here.
What's up? How's it going? I'm excited, man. Everyone's talking about it.
Sure. It's somewhere here, so let me find it. Yeah.
Damn. Oh man.
So you asked for Batman versus Azrael,
Yep.
and I know that Azrael is like a medieval character, so I chose both of them to be in medieval style. So this is Batman Knight, kind of like a white knight, maybe. And lots of Easter eggs in the background.
Oh my gosh, look at that. This is phenomenal. That is gorgeous. Mike, this is really fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. First time you've drawn them?
First time I've drawn them.
Cool.
I did some pink underpainting on the cape, just to give it a little more texture.
I mean, that is amazing. That is amazing.
This texture is me like emulating, basically using the technique of Dino Battaglia. I never knew how he did it, and then a book came out where they described him using cotton balls and ink and then just patting it. So I've done that here, and then I've gone in with Posca white paint marker, a paint pen, to go in here and bring light back out of it, and then sort of distressing the surface for the plane like it's been hit and messed up.
I'm blocking it so you can't see it. Until you're ready to see it. Do you want to see your cap?
I want to see my cap.
All right.
Show the cap. There you go.
There's cap.
I know there's going to be a hole in the wall.
There's going to be a hole in the wall. If you want to pick it up now, you can always pick it up later. It's up to you. But yeah, when I did this piece, I was like, Captain America, finally a Captain America commission. So I wanted to make him, looking proud. As Captain America usually looks bold and proud, like a leader. So that was the goal here. And there's obviously some kind of fire or chaos going on behind him, and he's calm though, because that's Cap. He's calm under any situation, right?
Let's talk about what's behind you, because that's a little bit different than the work you've been doing up until this point. Tell us what we're looking at.
Yeah, I did a lot of card work previously, and I'm still doing some of that work, but now I'm also doing some cover work. These are some covers that I did for Dark Horse Comics. This is for the Stranger Things Dungeons & Dragons crossover comic, which will be coming out in March. And it was a tremendous opportunity to be able to work on a comic book cover, which for me, that's always been a dream since I was a kid. To be able to do a comic book cover and to be on the cover of a comic is it's fabulous. It's a dream come true, really.
When you look back now on what you're bringing to the show, say to where you were 5 years ago, how has it changed? How have you gotten better or different as an artist?
It's tough to see when you're working day to day and you're just in your studio and you're constantly just plugging away. But then you go back and you look at something from 1 year, 2, 3, 5 years ago especially, and you think, oh, that's not me anymore. That's not really how my art is, anymore. I've evolved since then. And I think it's an evolution. You'll have a certain influence. You'll say like, oh, as a kid, I loved Jim Lee. And so, I'd be penciling a lot and my work maybe starts to have that sort of feel. But then later on, I said, okay, I love Wayne Reynolds' artwork that he does with Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder. And you start to sort of emulate that a little bit. And then I studied with Dan DeSantos, and I started to emulate that a little bit. And I studied with Dave Palumbo, and I started to emulate that, right? And so I think as you grow as an artist, all of these influences stack up, and then part of who you are also adds to that, and it becomes this thing. And this thing is Miles, and hopefully somebody at some point looks at it and says, oh, that's a Miles Wool piece.
Hey, Rick. All right, good to see you. Good to see you, man. All right, I'm really, really excited for this because this is a first commission that I have gotten from you since 1992.
Wow.
And you are the second Madam Hydra I'm getting, so I can't wait for it.
All right, well.
That actually I am really, really excited about. So this is the bust that I was hoping to get.
Great.
And I love the fact that you do the you got the half hair over the eye.
I even double checked which side it's supposed to be.
Holy cow, that is awesome. That is awesome. And the costume is fantastic.
It's the second most complicated costume I've drawn.
Really? First being Jack of Hearts?
Yes.
Every Jack of Hearts, right?
Yeah.
there's a new show as part of the new DC universe on Max, HBO Max, Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
And you were a co-creator. Tell me what that process is and what it's like to see something you created in full motion and large screen.
They were supplying me with stories to do, you know, and they were trying to keep me busy until they could get me on a regular book. And they knew I rarely ever said no to anything. So I get this strange story called Creature Commando. And I'm reading it, and it's like, well, okay, this is interesting. You got all the classic monster people, which is the way he wanted it structured. It was just a down and done thing. I only did the first issue. I didn't do any of the others because they had me on G.I. Robot, and then they had me on Legion of Superheroes, and finally Firestorm. What was it like to see them suddenly make it to the big screen? It was almost justice, you know, because seeing my name at the top of the list next to the writers instead of amongst the others and the thing, I said, well, that's pretty cool. Now I'm just waiting for hopefully a royalty check.
That would be nice. What are you doing right now today?
What's on my board right now is Bronze Star. It's about a character named Harley who used to supply meat for the Confederate Army. He wins the card game, but his opponent, he accused him of cheating. By the time the son goes for his gun, Harley had already put a bullet right here.
So we're going to go over to Comic Connect and pick up my first appearance page.
How's it feel, man?
It's pretty amazing. This is easily going to be one of the cornerstones of my collection. It's going to be hard to top this as far as published art, but we're sure going to try.